Second bin of the day here on Saturday. Started raining earlier today, but things looking better out there now. And if you look at the forecast, there's going to be some rain in it later this week, but at least the temperatures are going to be up. Hopefully we're done. Snowblower's still in the garage, though. I'm not going to order it out to the shed just yet. This was the Fingerlakes Mall Racing Review, as it was called, April 24th, back in 2007. Not a lot of cars here, but boy, look at this mall. You're going to notice, but this was back when the mall was doing well. So there's Brian Howland's number 51. Brian, of course, was winning a lot of races there. Jimmy D's doing the engines on this car. And we were just over talking to Jim DeLucia the other day. We're going to get him on the channel here sometime soon. For some reason, I just can't remember who the USA one was at this point. But obviously, Veterans Affairs, American Legions, Veterans Benefit, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard. Nice to see a car represented like that at this car show. Remember when Tim Courier wasn't a race official? And he was an actual racer and did pretty well. Him and his dad raced for a lot of time on the dirt circuit, all the tracks, Canandaigua, Weedsport, Rolling Wheels, Syracuse. I think Tim might have even followed the series for a little bit, but you can currently see him as a dirt car official. And this was, I think, Bass Pro was still pretty new at this point. There's Brian Howland next to his familiar number 51. Good guy, good family. We miss you around the tracks, Brian. We hope everybody's doing well. And, of course, his brother John, they lost, unfortunately, so it was always racing with Johnny on the inside of this car. Jack Deary, now back out. I believe he's out in Illinois. Not positive, but always had a cool way about him, the jacket, the jeans. He's a pretty smooth guy. So, and there's racing for Johnny on the inside of Brian Howland's car. And look at the difference. You see the steering box in there. You see the pieces at the bottom for where your legs go. That's those things right there at the bottom. A little extra protection for your knees. You see the gauges, the on-off switches. Here's a guy who used to race a lot around the area in the stock cars, Mike Vaughan. His dad, John, owned a trucking business. We'll see Mike here in a second or two, but I love these low shots like this. Remember Hallmark card stores? Boy, you don't see those around anymore, do you? And for the life of me, I feel badly about this. If anybody knows, this car ran all over the place. If you know, let me know, because I used to see him all over the place. And we certainly can't read that signature, but let's be honest, it's a pretty cool autograph. Somebody practiced more than a few times on that one, so good job. And here's inside the dash, showing what everything looked like inside the Vaughan car. And love those old Grand Prix bodies. I wish they'd bring Pontiac back. I had several Pontiacs in my day, and we had a couple of them here. That's like a early 80s, I think, Grand Prix, somewhere right around in there. But a good-looking car. And they made great-looking stock cars, I'll be honest with you. And that's inside the car that we just saw right there. So a little less of the amenities, let's say, but still got everything you need. Tack, oil pressure, water temperature, really all you need inside the car. And there's Mike Vaughan. I told you we had a picture of him. Last I knew he was down in North Carolina. Not sure if he's still down there or not, but hey, Mike, good to see you. And, of course, there were some vintage cars there as well. The 38 Special, common number in racing. And you can see a little bit more basic on the dash here. And no gauge there, so let's see. I can't read what it says up there in the corner. I'll try and look at that again. Remember Brazil Chevrolet? They were a sponsor here on the number 16, and that was Earl Rudy's car. Third job I ever had, parts truck driver for Brazil Chevy in Syracuse. Broke all the records from Brazil to Dave Ball and East Syracuse and back. We used to drive that thing around the roads. It was not a bad job, really, when you get down to it. But couldn't see myself doing it forever. Nate Peckham, in the number 90, still running out at Land of Legends Raceway in a Sportsman. I believe he still has a stock car that he also runs. I actually raced against Nate back in 1999. Remember the V8 Enduros that they used to have out in Weedsport? And, of course, you know I love that it's an 80s Camaro. I have an 88 myself that we're hoping to get back on the road this year. Looking inside, pretty clean, isn't it? Nice looking race car. I always wonder what the people think at these mall shows who know nothing about racing and come upon these cars. I wonder what they think. And I mean, how cool is that, right? You know, just a good looking car. Here's Chad Phelps, the Xcar, still running, Brewerton at this point, and he's been running for quite some time. And we always joke that if another Xcar showed up, you'd have to put a number after it, you know, because if you have an 8 and somebody else comes up, you just make your 8X. So, of course, that never happened, and that joke was never as funny as I wanted it to be. Super Dirt Week. Look at that. Here's something for the shop wall right there. Rex. I don't even remember what that store was. But this was 2007, where malls were still pretty popular in the area. And you could go to Sears. Remember Sears? Man, they had everything back in the day, including automotive repair. I worked in the computer department at Sears over at Great Northern Mall for a bunch of years. This was before mouses came out, so you had to use function keys and everything like that. So you spent a lot of time teaching everybody how to use it. There's Chad. Nice leather jacket. I like that, man. That's pretty slick. This is John Jewell II. This is Tommy Jewell's younger brother. There was another younger brother, even younger than them. And you see Tommy's car over on the right, as they were part of the show this year. John, good guy, construction guy. His son was still racing up until just a little while ago. P&M Fabrication, another Phelps company promotion there. So, and again, love these mall shows. Love getting out, getting a chance to show people who don't come to the racetrack what these cars are all about. This is Rob Bellinger here. And notice in the background, Claire's. You guys remember Claire's, especially a lot of you women, a lot of you 80s chicks, and a lot of that. You remember Claire's Boutique back in the day. And there you see another look at Rob Bellinger's car. I like when he's got the question mark on the engine cover, on the hood scoop there. Russ Hefty. If it wasn't for Russ, Doug's Dirt Diary would not have existed. He was the one who gave me startup cash to get that going. $3,000 to get all kinds of equipment, get a website done. So without Russ, Doug's Dirt Diary and all these pictures never would have happened. So I still owe him a debt of gratitude. Russ, I hope you're doing well. I see the pictures of you and your family on Facebook. I hope things are going well. Won a lot of races, especially out at Rolling Wheels was a track that he really excelled at over the years. Remember these cars? These, I believe, are the little, let's see, I wonder if I got it from the other side. We'll be able to tell. That's not a 600, and I don't see the exhaust like the 270 either, so I'm not really sure exactly what those were back in the day. Because it might have also been, they had a series that ran like 1000s and 1100s. I think they were called micro sprints. I think that was what this is. But again, it was so long ago. At this point, I can't quite remember. Sorry about that. If you know, send me a message here on the YouTube channel. Again, we're going to be back tomorrow. I'll grab something from the can. I was trying to record a bunch of stuff this past week because I knew this surgery was coming and I wanted to make sure I had some stuff so that you guys wouldn't forget about me. I'm doing fine. Just dealing with a little dull pain today, the second time, but not quite ready to hit the road just yet. So hit that Blue E, guys. We're going to be sharing some memories, meeting lots of new people. We're going to learn a lot about cars this year. We're going to learn a lot about the race cars, the tracks. We're trying to take it up a notch. We want to thank everybody who's jumped on board to help us out. And all of you fans, we're waiting on a few checks from some folks right now, so we'll update you on that. Of course, there's lots of ways to get involved. Sponsor a race night. And we just want to say thanks. See me at the track, and help keep us going, because I'm looking for this to be the year that we turn things around. You guys take care. Have a great Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow.